Okay, hi everyone. Am I lagging or Sir Aizat is lagging?
I think so. Is that? I don't.
Sir Aizat kan? Sekejap, let me tell him. Sir Aizat, can you hear us?
Okay, all right, yes, I can now.
All right.
Right, shall we begin?
All right, I think we can start, yeah?
Okay, all right. Okay, hello, assalamualaikum. Hi everyone, good afternoon. Okay, first of all, I'd like to say welcome. Yeah, welcome for making time to be here. There has been a change of plan, as I've mentioned, as we are basically before, because of the rising cases basically of COVID-19. Yeah, right now, especially in UITM, I've been told that many students have been quarantined, especially in the Melati College. Because of that, we have to, take a precautionary measure, and then we have to conduct this meeting online instead. All right. So first of all, basically, we have this basically meeting is briefing. We have 240 students and also G243 students. Basically, we will be talking about what you need to expect, and then what you need to do before you go for internship. So there are a few steps and processes that you have to take in order for you to to start your journey as an intern at an organization. So my name is Mr. Aizat, and I'm the lecturer in charge for internship for LG243. Together with me, Ms. Onaliza, she's the resource person for this particular course. Yeah, basically we'll be talking about what you need to know and what you need to expect, especially when it comes to practical training next semester. But the process of application, the process of applying, for placements, basically have to start right now. I have to start after this briefing. So I'll share with you the slides. Let me just share with you the slides very quickly. I hope you can see it. Just give 1 minute. Okay. All right. I hope you can see this. So I'm just going to share with you my screen here. All right. So basically, this is we don't intend to take long. I know, a lot of you are very, very busy, especially at this, point in time, especially that, we are currently in week 9. Yeah, week 9, week it is almost towards the end of the semester already. So, you have, places to be, you have to, you have classes in the morning, you also have classes in the afternoon, later on. Yeah, so I don't intend to take longer than 1 hour. So hopefully we can just get it done, because what is important, I think, is the Q&A session. I'm sure everybody has a lot of questions to ask. So if you have questions, please hold the questions until the end of the briefing. Yeah. So I'm just going to share with you, what this is basically. I'll try my best to, summarize everything as much as I can. If you have any question, please share with us your questions also in the chat box. All right, so let's look at it one by one. So the first one is agenda of today. So today I'm going to give you a bit of introduction in terms of the process of applying for internship, and what are the forms that you have to fill in, in order for you to basically to have the the necessary documents that should allow you to apply for an internship at any government that, at any company that you have chosen. Yeah. And then we look also in terms of jobs and scopes, and this will be presented, by Ms. Onaliza later. I will also talk about assessments, yeah, and then we'll go straight into Q&A. Right. So without further ado, yeah, let's get right into it. So basically, a bit of introduction. Yeah. So basically, this, I'm sure, everybody has been expecting this. Yeah. This is basically, you are, basically since the beginning, you were told that there will be one semester where you will be spending, this one semester, doing your internship, at a company. So basically, this is a taste, yeah, of real, this is the taste of real working world, but with that student pass. So it's a privilege, yeah, for you to be able to just work at any company that wants to take you, but at the same time you can also basically represent basically you are still a student, so you are now one step towards the working world. So let's look at what and everything that is going to happen in semester 6 when you do your practical training will basically involve or basically will based on the policy of Latihan Industri that has been laid out by UiTM. So if you can see here, Latihan Industri membantu pelajar mendapat pendedahan dan pengalaman dunia kerja. So this is the reason why we are sending you out for internship in the first place, yeah, so that you can so that university can produce, melahirkan modal insan kelas pertama yang berpengetahuan, berdaya saing, berfikiran kreatif, inovatif, a little bit, yeah, kritis, analytical, and berketerampilan. So this is all very important, especially for all of you, because at the end of the day, you would like to melahirkan graduan yang mempunyai teknikal dan insania, kemahiran teknikal dan insania untuk mempertingkatkan kebolehpasaran, marketability, ya, dan kemahiran boleh kerja, employability skill.
Mr. Isaac,
Yes.
I'm sorry for cutting you off. I think your slide is not moving. It's still on the first page.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. 1 minute. Yeah. Let me just. Okay. Okay, let me just. Okay, I'm gonna try again. Give me 1 minute. Yes, Okay, one time.
Aizat,
Yep.
if you
Yes.
share with me the file so that I can share it to the screen.
Okay. All right. I'll do that.
All right.
Okay, what? Okay.
No, my internet is not kencang as well.
Okay, I'll share with you the slides here. So sorry for the delay yesterday. Something happened for some reason. I do not know why. Okay, I just shared my slide there to Miss Annalisa.
Hi guys, am I still in the ni? Tak ada. I'm not
Yeah.
here.
What do you,
Okay,
you are in the meeting?
I am.
Yeah.
Okay, kejap. Let me. Okay, hold on All right. Okay. Let's see.
But yeah, sure. But it's not going to be, it's going to be very difficult for you to follow or to look at my slides. Or you want me to? Okay. But you want to be here instead? Okay, sure. Yeah, say your place.
Yeah, hold on Let me download the ni first.
Okay, all right. Okay. Please.
No, cannot. It cannot be saved.
Cannot.
Tak tahu kenapa. Kejap. Ada apa ke ni? Yes. Hold on I also cannot seem to
Can I
download.
help, madam?
Kejap. Hold on.
That would-
Hold on. See, that's why we would like this to conduct this face to face. Tapi yalah kan, I understand. Something is wrong with my download. Okay, hold on, tak apa. Then we'll do it some other way.
If the slide is not PNC, I can help.
Tak apa. I'm dah boleh dah. Alright. Hold on
Okay, no?
Okay, let me share the camera. Macam mana nak share pun tak tahu nah. Start nah. Oh, window.
Yeah,
Ni.
that's fine. It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the one?
Yes. Okay,
Am
this
I
one, right?
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes. Okay. Can you see this? Okay. All right. Let's jump to the fourth slide. Is it possible, Miss Ono? Okay. So this is what I wanted to, yeah, that's one. So this is what I wanted to share with you earlier. Yeah, basically when we are talking about the industry, we go back to policy. That is the reason why you're going for practical training in the first place. Because at the end of the day, we are not just sending you, just for you to complete the assessment or just for you to complete the course, without knowing why you are there in the first place. Yeah, why you are there, the reason, for you to go for internship. Because we want you to, apply what you have learned, in LG 240 and LG 243. And this is something that is very important also later on, because many students, they thought that, well, this is just, and this is just something that I have to, get over with. And a lot of times, they don't think about, they don't think ahead in terms of what company is, suitable for them and what company is not suitable for them. What they will always do is they will just pick the company that is the nearest to their home. That is something that you have to go back and look at, because this we come across this kind of problems also many times, because the students, they choose, because the company, is not suitable, because the company, not is, their job scopes are not in line with what the students have basically, you know, basically are not in line with their study plan. So normally we always ask students to, check, look at the company, mission statement, the objective, what is the industry that the company is in, and what is the kind of position that you're offered. Everything is basically, is all connected, and you have to always remember that at the end of the day, we want you to be able to apply what you have learned, and at the same time, you also will improve your, marketability and employability skill, yeah, as a graduate. Okay, thank you. Next, so basically, people have been calling this, as it comes, basically there are many names. We call this industrial training. People say internship, practical training. Basically, they all mean the same thing, right? So next. Okay, so let's look at the process and the procedure. As I mentioned earlier, you right now, this is already week 9. You can already start applying for internship. Basically on Monday next week. Now we will basically you will be given a Google Classroom link, and you can basically get all the materials or documents, important documents there, to help you apply for a placement. Um, Basically in the GC. But there are some processes and procedures that you have to go through. Today, if you can see on your screen, basically these processes and procedures are divided into 3 phases: before, during, and after. Okay, so let's look at it one by one. So right now we are in the phase, before internship. There are 6 steps that you have to take. The first one is job search. Second one is apply, and then you follow up. If there's if sometimes there are companies that will require for you to come for an interview, so you have to do that. And then only after you have gone through the step 4, and then you will be accepted, and then you'll be given an offer letter, and then you will be, basically that is step 6. It's a recursive process. Sometimes sometimes number 5, you are at number 5, and then you thought that they're going to offer you. It turns out the vacancy has already been filled in by a different candidate. Then you have to go back to step 1 and do a bit of job research. So this has to be continuous. You have starting from next week, week 10, all the way until before 1st of March for you to secure an internship placement. So how many months is that? So basically when we talk about, this is December, January, February. So you have the whole of 3 months. Yeah, meaning 2 months plus, 2 months plus, yeah, for you to find an internship placement before, basically you have to start your internship basically on March the 1st. So basically before, this is basically, we are at the first phase, which is before, and then during, this is basically the start of, basically this is during your internship. So what will happen in this step 7, internship starts, yeah, and then basically the internship, the period of internship, yeah, the whole period is 4 months. Yeah, so for example, you start on the 1st of March, tentatively you will end your internship by 31st of June. Yeah, that is basically if you start on the 1st of March. Okay, it is understandable that sometimes because of many reasons, because of because of because you've been waiting, or maybe because there's been a bit of delay, for a company to offer you or to give you the offer letter. Sometimes you have to go a bit, you have to exceed, that. But so what will happen is we will give you from the 1st of March until the 1st of April for you to start your internship. So you have that window of time, 1 month of basically period for you to start your internship within this time. Because if you don't start your internship, before the 1st of April, you will basically it's going to be very difficult, because you will have a because remember, you also have to submit your FYP, you also have to submit your LI assessments, at the end of the semester. So it will disrupt, your timeline. Yeah? So this is something that we're trying to avoid. So let's look at, basically when it comes to during, that you have to remember while you're at the workplace, there will also a time where your supervisor, meaning your faculty supervisor, your lecturer, who will come and visit you, just to see how you are doing. And at the same time, they will basically discuss with your workplace supervisor about your performance, about, about your, about your performance at work. And then only they will look at, or they will see you present. So we will talk about this a bit, in a bit. But I just want you to understand that overall, there are 10 steps in total. 6 steps before phase. During the internship, you have about 3 steps, meaning to say that you have to do internship, supervisor will come and visit you, and then you have to do a bit of presentation. So presentation is basically presentation about your workplace experience. What we will talk also about this later. So this is the presentation will be conducted normally face to face. You will present in front both of your supervisors, faculty supervisor, as well as your workplace supervisor. All right, and then after that, once you're done with the internship, so you have one more, which is assessment. This is a written assessment that you have to complete and submit by week 15, something like that. So next semester, first week of the semester is 1st March, right? So the end, week 15 should be sometime, maybe early July. Early July. Okay, next slide. So I'm just gonna, as that was the overview, of what to expect, yeah, especially before, during, and after internship. So let's start with before first. So when it comes to job search, yeah, after this, what you need for you to, basically there are many ways, yeah, you can find vacancy for internship. One way to do this is by, basically by job search on the internet. Normally, this is the easiest way to do. You will just, you look up, any kind of website that popular websites such as LinkedIn or Jobstreet, yeah. And then I want you to look for, advertisements, that offer students, internship position. So before you can apply, or before you can, basically what you can do is you can just inquire. You can give them a call, or you can just send an email asking them if this position is still available. Yeah, sometimes sometimes they forget to take down the advertisement, and because of that, when you send your resume and your cover letter, and then only then they will tell you that, oh, basically the position has already been filled. So what I will do is, what I want you to do after this is list down all the advertisements, that you have seen, and then I want you to look at, the job scopes, job responsibilities, the requirements, and also the allowance. Yeah, allowance is also, I'm sure, I know this. Yeah, it's a big deal for students. Okay, that is job scope. All right, sorry, job search. And then when you go for apply, when you want to apply, you need to have two things to send to the company that you want to, basically, these are the two things normally that they will require of you. The first one is the cover letter. The cover letter, you can, basically, what I'll share with you later. I'll tell you how to apply for cover letter. So you will apply for the cover letter, and then you will get the cover letter from us. And then you will couple this cover letter together with your resume, send it, to the company via email, and wait for their reply. Normally they will call you back. Sometimes it takes a bit of time. You just have to wait. But don't just go, for only one company. Go multiple companies. Go like 2 or 3 companies. Send out your resumes and cover letter. And then of course they will reply back to you. And then only you weigh your options. But in any case that they don't reply, what you need to do is you can always follow up. Give like a few weeks or 1 week or so, and then you give them a call. Basically ask them, if there is any progress, when it comes to the selection of interns, yeah, for that particular advertisement. If they say that, oh, I'm so sorry to inform you, because people, they can be very busy, and because of that, they will forget. They tend to forget. So always, keep yourself updated about, all these companies that you have basically sent your resume to. That is basically the follow-up stage. And then sometimes you'll be shortlisted. If that is your recipe, you'll be shortlisted and you'll be called for interview. So interviewing can be very casual. It's not like a job interview, but some companies, they do that. They will invite you to the company. They will sit you, you put you in front of 3 panels or 2 panels. Yeah, they just want to know, if you have that quality, to be their intern, because sometimes they are very particular. Yeah, like that. All right. So now, say for example, if you have sent out, your resume and also your cover letter, and then you receive, offer letters, yeah, from multiple companies. So what do? Don't straight away, yeah, give your answer. Now, I want you to sit down and sleep on it, think about it, discuss with your parents whether or not this is the right choice for you to make. Yeah, because a lot, as I mentioned earlier, many students, they would prefer to do internship near to the house, in the States, in their hometown. We it's not we don't it's not that we it's not that we don't allow students to do internship, at their hometown. It's just that sometimes the opportunities for them to do internship, that fits, yeah, with their study plan, with what they have learned in UITM. Yeah, it is not there. It's not that many as compared to if you do internship in the Klang Valley. So sometimes if we understand that it requires money. So what you can do is there are 2 options to do this. There are 2 options. Number 1 is you can rent a house together with your friend, ataupun if it is too expensive, because you don't get that much allowance. The second option is for you to maybe book a room ataupun rent a room, in the college in UITM. You can ask Melati, college Perindu or college whatever. Ask them, tell them that you are basically doing your internship and basically you want to rent a house or rent a room for the whole semester. Normally last time it was about 200 ringgit or 200 ringgit per semester, which is a bargain. You don't have to basically, or else if you want to rent a house with your friends, that is also okay. If you can afford, no problem, right? So as I mentioned, you have to weigh your options, make sure that that option is the best one for you, and then what do you do with the other offers that you received? You have to write a decline email, right? Write a polite email telling them that you have to decline the offers. You are very thankful for the opportunity, but unfortunately, you already made a decision, to choose another company. So be polite and be tactful about it, yeah. Because this is something that we also have to, tell students. You have to remember, because many times students disregard about it. They just forget to email back, yeah, to the company saying that, oh, I have to decline your offer. Thank you very much for this offer, whatever, right? And because of that, this company, because the student, this company, when they send you an offer letter, they will also tell you that basically, if you agree, you should come to report for duty at this specific time, right? But many students, they just disregard, they just forget, because they think that, oh, I'm not going to go there. No, I'm not going to, I'm just going to keep quiet, right? But a lot of times we will get calls from these companies asking us about this student's whereabouts. Yeah, this company will ask, hey, where is this student? This student is supposed to report for duty yesterday, but she's not. She has not been around, or she has not come. Basically, he has not come. And then when we contacted the student said, oh yeah, I thought that they get the message. I thought that they understand. If I don't say anything, that means I don't want it. So essentially, again, please, please be informed that this is very important, because you are bringing the good name of university. You're also bringing the good name of, you and your family. And if you don't do things like this, people will, they will have that kind of impression, especially on UiTM and APB. After this, who knows? Your junior who would like to intern at that particular company will not get that same opportunity anymore, because because of what happened. So always write back. So it's important for you to, keep track of all the companies that you have applied to, and then you keep track whether or not they have responded. This is on you. This is your responsibility to make sure that you communicate professionally and tell them your intention. And also, if you don't want it, you have to basically tell them that you are not accepting. That is very important, yeah. So don't, because we have many cases like this. Because, and also the companies have also told us that they have spent money, they have spent time and effort to prepare a desk, for our student, because they thought that the students are coming, and then, uh, and because of that, it is just a waste. Okay, so that is step 5. And then step 6, okay, so there will be 2 borang that you have to remember. There will be 2 borang before, during this before phase, yeah, before your internship starts. There will be 2 forms that you have to fill in. There will be 2 Google forms. Yeah. Number 1 is, the first Google form is where you will key in your information. You'll put in your, for you to get the cover letter, right? The cover letter, the first form is for you. We will all park these forms in the Google Classroom, so it will be very clear for you to see. So you will fill in the cover letter, fill in the Google form, and then you will get you get an email from us, with the cover letter. Yeah, with the cover letter. Okay, that's the one. And then you will use this cover letter with your resume, send it to the company. And then what will happen is they will give you an offer letter. Okay, once you accept the offer, what will happen next is you have to download this one form. One form is basically called Orang Pengesahan Penerimaan. This is the confirmation form. Yeah, basically the company has to fill in, and then you will, during your first day at the internship, you will pass this borang, this second borang. Basically this borang, they will fill in, basically to indicate that yes, we agree to accept you as our student, and basically this is for our documentation. And then you take this borang pengesahan, you will send back to us, to the office via the second Google form. There are 2 Google form links here. The first one is for you to get the cover letter. The second Google form is for you to send back the borang pengesahan penerimaan from the company of your choice in the Google Classroom, right? So kenapa? Why must you send back this borang pengesahan? Why is borang pengesahan so important? Because after you send back the borang pengesahan penerimaan, what will happen is Puan Yanti or the office will issue 3 documents or 3 letters. 3 letters consist of surat penempatan, which is basically confirmation letter, surat insurance, that is insurance letter, and the last one is surat exemption, exemption letter for meeting your FYP supervisor. So you will, during the first week of internship, you have to, hantar, or you have to give borang pengesahan penerimaan, which you can download on Google Classroom, give it to the HR. The HR will fill in all the necessary information, and then you take this, you snap the document, you submit the document through the Google Classroom, to Google, the second link of Google Form, and then basically only then the office will finalize your basically, what is it, your placement at that particular company, and in doing so, the office will also produce to you 3 different forms. The first one is borang pengesahan penerimaan, surat penempatan, and surat insurance. Surat penempatan is basically confirmation letter that the university or APB approves, you doing your internship there. That's the first one. Surat insurance is basically, this is a letter that specifies that you are our student and you are given coverage, you're given insurance coverage for the period of 4 months that you are there, doing your internship, right? So meaning to say, at any point of time, if you, nauzubillah, if you, happen to, something happen, accident happen, right? So what will happen is this surat will cover, your medical expenses, provided that you only, basically there will be, you will be, I will mention to you about this later. All right, and then another one is surat exemption. Surat exemption is surat, this particular surat is for you to show to your supervisor, because during this time also, you also during this semester 6, you also have to complete your FYP. So normally, we will ask the company that you're doing your internship, to allow you some hours, to meet your supervisor for your FYP. Remember, this is a different supervisor. This is only supervisor for final year project or thesis. So this is a letter, that will verify, your, basically, this is basically the letter that, on behalf of the APB, we are asking their permission to allow you, to go and see your supervisor. Normally, this kind of meeting is going to be held online. So you are not going to, you don't have to go out of the office. So normally few hours will be sufficient. Maybe in the morning, three hours in the morning, 2 hours in the morning, and then so that it won't disrupt, your what is it, your work. So only 2 days, and then after that internship, and then only you start your internship. Supervisor coming to your place to observe you. So at this particular stage, I want you to remember that each one of you will have 2 different supervisors for internship. The first one is workplace supervisor, meaning the person who is going to take care of you at the workplace. The second one is your faculty supervisor, meaning your lecturer. You will be assigned under one lecturer, and then this lecturer will come to your office and then talk to your supervisor, workplace supervisor, about your performance, about how you've been doing, whether or not you're doing okay, this and that. And then after that, they will sit down and listen to your presentation. So that is going to happen like 2 or 3 weeks before your internship ends. Okay. And then only if you are done with the internship, you come back to APB, you come back to UITM. This is when you're going to complete your Latihan industry assessments, written assessments. Okay. Okay, I'm going to cut short. I'm going to go very quickly. Okay, next. All right, because what is important here is basically this one. I want you to, give a bit of time, to explain to you about job search. It is understandable because, time and again, we understand when we ask students what is the main criteria for them, to choose an organization for internship, they will always say that, oh, the main criteria is allowance, money. Money is the main criteria for them, to choose company A or company B. But please remember, students, that it is very dangerous, if that is, your main objective or main criteria, because it will open up, to so many opportunities for students to be manipulated, to be scammed. Because right now there are so many predatory, we call this predatory organizations. Organizations, they are very shady, they are very, scammy. Yeah? They are only out there, basically, they know what students want. They know they want people to work for them or to do job for them. But at the same time, they don't want to pay, they don't want to hire permanent workers or permanent employee. So they can just manipulate, or they can just, exploit your intern students. These predatory companies, what they do normally is they will advertise on Job Street, on LinkedIn, saying that, oh, they are doing this, this, and this, and they offer, a very high amount of allowance, 1,000 up to 1,300 ringgit, and they know this is how they can entice students, into applying for internship. And it turns out, basically it's not as advertised. This company is not, basically in telecommunication industry. This company is basically asking students to do TikTok live. We've come across, this kind of experience, both LG240 and LG243, because the whole time that they were there in that company is for them to sell pre-loved items, products, and they have this specific time. They have to, in the morning they have to do TikTok live for 4 hours or 3 hours, and then in the afternoon they have to do another 3 hours. Sometimes in the evening they have to do a bit of overtime. But they cannot. But students will be will stuck, in between, because they don't know what to do. Because they have already accepted. Maybe there's an agreement that they have signed, and then after that they know that they will be paid at the end of the month. But this is not something that they want to do, right? So please always look at the job descriptions. If you have to call them, do a bit of do a bit of digging. Yeah, please do your due diligence. Yeah, please do your due diligence. Basically ask your seniors. We have this what we call as Glassdoor.com. So Glassdoor.com, ataupun there's another one, Jobs by JobStreet also, where you can basically look for reviews, comments made about this organization from the past employees. Sometimes, past employees will give you comments, on certain platforms such as Glassdoor.com, and say that, oh, don't go to this company. This company is very toxic. This company is not what is advertised, and this and that. So you have to, always remember that these are the things that you have to avoid. Yeah, as mentioned by Ms. Onalisa also, please don't apply for retail works. Yeah, please bear in mind that you have to, make sure, that you're able, at the end of the day, you are able to gain something of significance, from your internship. Or else, what's the point? Are you only there for the money, but you are basically doing hard labor? It's not worth it. Yeah. So always look at this one. So please do, just don't look at, just don't look at what is, don't look at on the surface. Sometimes you have to go a bit deeper, because we have also got this one situation where students, they thought that, oh, this company, it has a website, that's very good. A company that doesn't have a website should raise some flags, should raise some alarms, in your head. Oh, company doesn't have a website. At least they have to have a Facebook page, right? So say, for example, this particular case, this one case, she's supposed to intern at this event management company, right? And based from what is advertised, or based on what has been shown on the website, this particular person, the owner of the company, he has been doing this event, that event. He has taken pictures with this many people, and that gives an impression that this is a big company. This is a company with maybe more than 20, 30 people working in the company. But it turns out only when she was invited for interview, did she realize that that company is basically a very small SME, small and medium enterprise, that consists of one owner, one permanent employee, and 3 interns, and that's it, right? 3 interns. Of course, there's a pros and cons to this. Normally, we don't encourage students to do internship at SMEs, because SMEs are so small, and because of that, it's going to be a bit of problematic. It's going to be problematic, for students, because it is so small, they don't have people to do things for them, so they rely heavily on you, to do many things. We also have one situation where this particular owner, he has multiple businesses. He has this telecommunication business. He also has this business selling products on Shopee. So when the student came, to do internship, because not many things that she has to do in, basically basically in the company that she applied for. And the boss said, okay, why don't you help me? I have another business, because this is, I'm selling product. So you have to help me package these products and sell and send them to the post office. So the student has been doing that for like 4 months or 3 months plus. So that is something that you have to also take care. Please take care of yourself. Make sure that this is the company that you are confirmed, that you are sure is legit, is basically is professional, is not just taking advantage of students. Okay, thank you. Next. Sorry, Ms. Ona, I'm trying to cut short. Yeah. Okay. Oh, so sorry. That's the before that. Can we go to the previous slide? No, after this. Okay. The one with letter. Okay, this one, yeah. Okay, sorry. Before this, sorry. That was betul. Yeah, okay. So now this is for both students. This is students from both programs. Yeah? When can you start looking for placement of internship? You can already start next week, week 10, 11th of December, Monday. Yeah. So when will you start your internship? For 1st of March until you have until the latest is 1st of April for you to start your internship. Because if you start later than that, it will give you a hard time, because you will end, sometimes you will end during the submission of FYP or LI assessment. We don't want that to happen, because you cannot be working while completing your FYP. You have to basically have a bit of time, like you have to finish a little bit earlier, so that you can have like gaps, for you to really focus on completing, what is left to complete. Okay. Why is it so important to search job early? Because of all this, yeah? Because you are also competing with other interns from other universities, etc., etc. Okay, next. Okay, so this is remember when I said about there are 2 Google form links that you have to fill. The first one is for you to get orang permohonan kelulusan penempatan latihan industri. So this is how the cover letter should look like. So what is important is for you to fill in, and then before this we did things differently. Before this, it will take a bit of time for the cover letter to be issued to you, because the RP and also the KPP would like to check all the companies that you have applied, that you are going to apply to, whether or not they are acceptable, whether or not they are suitable. If they are not suitable, normally we don't issue cover letter. But this time around, we are trying to expedite things. Yeah. So now you are the one who have to do filtering on your own, because after you key in all this data in the Google form, 2 minutes, 3 minutes after that, you will be given or you'll be issued. We automate this process. So you will be given this letter, and then you can basically send this out to the company that you have chosen. Tetapi you also have to include the top 3 companies you wish to do internship with, so that the KPP will still be able, or the RP will still be able to monitor all these companies that you're applying. Sometimes this one basically you also have to indicate the time that you want to do your internship. Sometimes that you have to specify you have to specify how long is the duration, what is the date of internship, that you basically how long is the duration of internship that you have, specify that in the cover letter, and then you can then you will be this letter will be generated automatically. All right, done. Please be advised that the Google form link is only given access to you, LG 240 to 43 students, because we don't want this link to be used or misused by students who are not from LG 240. because we have cover letter from UITM and also APB, so it is easily, basically taken advantage of. It is easily, misused, by anybody. So you have that link. Please don't share this to anybody who's not from APB. Yeah. Okay. And then you have to do follow up 1 to 3 weeks. And then get next. Okay. Then interview. Okay. I will share this with you in the Google Classroom. You can read this on your own. Yeah. Okay. Next. Okay. Interview tips. Yeah. Okay. Doc. Okay. So this is borang pengesahan penerimaan. As I mentioned earlier, after you receive your offer letter, then you will report for duty. But on the first day of internship, you will bring along this borang pengesahan penerimaan because you have accepted, your internship. But APB wants the confirmation in black and white. So you have to print out this form, give it to the HR. HR will fill in, give stamp, and then you will submit back to us, via the second Google form in the classroom. Okay, next. Okay, then what happened is, this is basically surat internship placement. This is a letter, from UITM. Again, after you have sent that borang pengesahan back to APB, you'll be given 3 letters. The first one is surat pemakluman, meaning confirmation that we agree, that our student will basically do their internship at the stipulated, basically dates. Okay, next. This is the confirmation letter that will be issued. The first one. Next. This is surat pelepasan bertugas. This is a letter that you have to show to your as supervisor, saying that you are required to meet your FYP supervisor. Okay, next. And the last one is surat perlindungan kesihatan. This is insurance. This letter basically indicates that you are covered by UiTM insurance for only 4 months. So some companies will ask you, is it possible for you to go beyond that 4 months? You have to say cannot, because you are only covered, under our insurance within this period, within 4 months, no longer than that. Okay, next. Okay, I'm going to go very quickly because now I'm going, and then after that you have this e-logbook, for you to fill in. The logbook is going to be in PDF. Okay, next. Okay, so beginning of internship, what if there's a question, you are to report for duty, but sometimes, the company will say that, oh, you asked to start on the 1st of March, but we can only allow you to start on the 15th of March. What happened? So you have to update Ponyanti as soon as possible about these changes, even though you are just applying or you're just doing internship in the same company. It's just that the date has now moved. Yeah? The start date has now moved from the 1st to 15th. So meaning to say that the end date of internship also has changed. So inform this so that Ponyanti can issue you another letter. Okay, next. Okay, next. This is something I want you to do. Okay, next, all the way. Okay, okay, continue. Company doesn't respond, you apply again. Okay, can you go back to this sorry. Okay, this one. Both companies verbally accept my basically offer. What should I do? You can, again, you have to choose one, but at the end of the day, you have to only give that one borang pengesahan to one company only. Don't give to both companies. Borang pengesahan is basically, it's a form that the HR has to fill. Yeah. And then you have to send back to us. Okay. All right. Maybe I can just finish this off. Can we go towards almost the last slides? Further. Okay. 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 Further. Okay. All right. Okay. We can talk about this. So there will be a supervisor visit. This is between, basically within 2 or 3 weeks before the internship ends. Your supervisor will communicate with you. You will basically invite your supervisor, faculty supervisor, to come and make sure that both supervisors agree on basically on the same on the date of meeting. Yeah, and then only basically what will happen is that they will talk to each other first, and then only you will present in front of them. Okay, can we go to the last one?
I think this is the last one. Oh, ada
Or
lagi?
this is the last one.
Tak ada lagi
Ada
lah.
lagi ke?
Sorry.
Ada lagi. Okay, okay.
Alright.
Okay, let's look at the bawah lagi. Okay, further. Next. I just want to show the summary. Okay, this one. Okay. So all in all, for next month, for your internship, I want you to remember that there are 4 assessments. Yeah, organization evaluation report. These 40 marks is given by your supervisor workplace at the workplace. Yeah, they will assess your performance. They will look at how you're doing. They will look at your, basically your personality, your behavior, overall, your professionalism, and they will give you up until 40 marks. They can give you that, basically that much. And then after that, as I mentioned earlier, your faculty supervisor and also your workplace supervisor will look at you presenting, about your workplace experience. So this is when both of them will give you a cumulative of 20%, for your total, basically for your total grade. And then if you fill in the logbook, you'll get 10%. Portfolio is the assessment, the assessment, the written assessment that you have to submit after you finish your internship. That counts for 30%. So there are 4. Okay, next. Okay, now let's look at this one. So this is where you are. You are on the 7th of December. You are here. So basically next week is 11. So it's a 11th on Monday. You can already start, finding, looking for basically doing job search. Yeah, doing a bit of research. Finding this and that. Go and inquire. Give them make phone calls. These and then send emails. Yeah, find as many companies as possible, but at the same time, please keep track of all these companies. Yeah, you have the first day of practical training is on the 1st of March. You can start anytime within this period. You have until 1st of April. You cannot go beyond that. You can start at any time from 1st of March until 1st of April. You cannot start on the 2nd of April. You cannot afford to do that. Or else it will just, basically you are going to finish your internship, much later than your friends. Okay, so then you will go back. It's a recursive process. But if something happened in the middle of your internship, the company closes down for some reason, you have to go back to step 1 to search for jobs. So that is basically what I wanted to share with you. So I hope you remember that there are 2 links. The first one is Google for Google in the Google Classroom, which is Google Form. The first one is for cover letter. The second one is for you to send back the borang pengesahan. Where to get the borang pengesahan? In the Google Classroom. What is the second Google form for? Is for you to send back, to Ponyanti for you to get those 3 documents, to be issued. Okay, that is then. I will pass to basically Miss Onaliza to continue.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. Thank you, Saizat. I'll just wrap this up. Just a little bit of reminder, yeah. Regarding your job scopes, I'll be posting that in the group WhatsApp or in the Google Classroom, okay, for 240 and 243 as well. You can find the job scopes or the job descriptions that is suitable to you. Now, bear in mind, though you can do almost all of the job scope, let's say English for professional communication, but your talent or your preference might lie in writing. Let's say you do not like to speak, you do not like to have a face-to-face conversation, but you don't mind writing. So please find jobs or internship placement that offer that kind of work. Okay, if you do not like writing and you are not good in writing, but you are very good in communication and whatnot, then yeah, do your research. Now, okay, regarding your EBKPLI needs to be filled for you to be able to get your cover letter. Okay, now what happened was previous semesters, we we took quite some time to produce your cover letter because I have to check the companies that you are applying to. The KPP, Aizat lah, of course, 4243. And then the KPP also need to check the places that you are going for internship. Now, because of that, it only then after the RP and then KPP, and then only that it can go to Puan Yanti for Puan Yanti to process the cover letter. Now, so that process, that chain of process too, it took quite some time. Okay, and the results being you will get your cover letter a bit later. Now, to expedite the process, okay, what we did or what we are trying to improve this semester is for you to print out or to print out and get your cover letter directly after you have filled in your Google form. So it will not go through me, it will not go through the KPP. Therefore, it will be your sole responsibility. You need to do your own due diligence to research on the companies that you are applying to. Okay? Therefore, I will not check, oh, company ni tak sesuai, oh, company ni. Tak, I don't have the time anymore. Okay, so you have to do that. And because of that, you will get your cover letter early, right? So you can go out and apply for the companies. Tapi you have to do your research. I have to remind you again and again and again. You have to do your research. You need to check the company. Okay, kalau tak, what happened is you will go back and do the same thing again. I got problems this semester. Your seniors, they have gone for internship. What happened is right now at this moment they found out that the company that they are doing internship right now is not suitable for them. Right now it's like what? Almost the end of the internship. Okay, so that will happen if you do not do your research. I bukan nak takut-takutkan you, but things happen. Okay, so you need to do your research. Okay, that is one. Two, please have your transcript ready and also your resume. You have to submit them together normally for you to be able to apply for jobs. Yeah, for internship places. Okay. I think that's it from me. Job scope semua tu I'll share with you guys the PDF form lah. Right? We will have another briefing regarding the assessment and the things that you need to do before you start your internship. Any question right now? No one?
Madam.
Yeah.
Will this slide that you're presenting right now be shared with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'll share everything in the Google Classroom, but the Google Classroom will only be accessible by next week. I think there's something that we need to update first, okay, just to make sure everything is okay. Then we'll update it by Monday lah, okay?
Miss,
yeah.
how soon can we get the cover letter?
Okay, Monday, when the Google Classroom the link is given to you, you can access the Google form. Once you fill in the Google form, you will get the cover letter right off the bat. 2-3 minutes lah, janganlah right off the bat. 2-3 minutes after that. Okay, but you have to remember, any cover letter that you got, okay, that you will get, we will also have the copy. So you cannot design your own cover letter. Okay, it should come from us, from the application though, right? Because any cover letter, so that's when we want to process your surat penempatan or surat penempatan, we will check whether you have applied for that cover letter later lah. Meaning in our record ada tak that particular company that you apply to. Okay.
So only cover letter with your ITM's headings.
Yep.
Alright, thank you, Miss.
Can I ask 2 questions actually?
Yeah.
Not questions, but just confirmation. So we get so basically, let's say we we got a company, and that company said that our openings is like let's say on 15 on March.
Mm.
So that is still fine, right? So
Yes.
we can still be fine. And
Mm.
another one is we only have to tell message to the supervisor and Miss Yanti if let's say the intern states that it's on 1st of March, but for some reason the company said we have to push the date to the opening later, like example 15 March. Only then you have to tell. Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So,
Okay.
okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, any more?
I also have a question. What if the company said you have to start earlier than 1st of March? Can it be done? Like for example, in the middle of February or whatnot?
Okay. Now, listen, the issue here is your result will come out after March, not even 1st of March. Okay. And result come out is after, I don't know, first week of March, I think. Right. The thing is, the meeting of the Senate meeting, the verification of your marks result for semester 5 will not happen until I think late of February. Okay, so because of that, we couldn't really release you earlier. You get what I mean? Because you're not confirmed yet whether you have passed your semester 5 subjects or not. All right, unless you're going overseas, for example, you're going to somewhere yang you rasa if you miss this opportunity, then you will not get any other opportunity. But then you will have to write a letter, application letter to the KPP. Whether the KPP agree or not, then we can discuss after. Okay. Okay. Next.
Miss, I have a question. Okay, so in the letter yang kita nak apply dekat company tu kan, so
Yeah.
will it mention the position that we are applying for,
Just an intern.
or it doesn't mention, like if let's say I'm asking for personal assistant position and I'm applying for another position, then it doesn't matter lah. I can use the same letter, is it?
Why do you want to apply for personal assistant position?
No. Let's say, like just examples.
No,
Because
intern.
I got offers.
Ah.
I got offers for that kind of position in political, but as a political position lah. I got offered that, so I'm just asking.
Okay, you have to remember, intern comes with certain perks and also responsibility. Being a full-time or whatever other position, you also come with responsibility and accountability. So you need to be careful in choosing or accepting that kind of offers. Okay, you might not be able, what do you call that? Task that they give you. Okay, you might not be able to do everything that they ask you to do because of the name, right? The title of the job. Like internship, you are, I would say, free from that accountability, things like that. So you have to be careful. Check first. Clarify with the company what kind of work that you'll be going to do, and also is it an internship position or is it actually a permanent position or a contract position? Ask them. Okay, clarify with the company.
Let's say I was told that it is an internship position. It's just that I am being the
No, you have the company
not
need
possible.
the company needs to offer you internship position.
Okay, but
The name
I
of
can still accept it. Okay, thank you.
all right. Okay, next. Yes.
Miss,
Yeah.
I have applied for the internship before, and a company replied back to me asking me what type of internship am I looking for, and I don't know how to answer that. Like they said that they wanted to see if their internship is suitable with what I need. So like, yeah,
Have
how
you
do I?
have you shown them your resume?
Yes.
Okay. Um, okay, later I'll share with you guys the job description, so you can use that as the guidelines, okay, for you to apply for the internship. And you can explain, lah to the company in the email tu, you explain, okay, I've been doing this, I've been learning that, kan, I have experience in doing this and that, so these are the things that I can do. Macam tu, you explain lah to the company. Tapi later I'll give you the job description as well. Okay.
Understood, Miss. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next.
Miss,
Yeah.
Assalamualaikum.
can we apply internship at schools?
Cannot. Okay, school cannot. You can apply at let's say education hub. No, something academy, learning academy, but not, you cannot teach. Okay, you can apply for
Even as clerk or
sorry.
even as clerk.
As yes, and administrative position kan, administrative intern can, but you cannot be the teaching assistant. You cannot be teaching intern, cannot.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Right. Next.
Hi,
Come on.
Assalamualaikum, Miss.
Salam, ya.
Hi, yes, I have a question. Like Mr. Aizat mentioned that we need to apply based on the job advertisement that the company or the workplace given, right? However, what if the company or the workplace does not have any advertisement? They just accept any internship via email, such as Kementerian Komunikasi dan Digital. They accept any interns that are
Okay.
willing to do their internship there, but they do not have any advertisement from
Okay,
the Kementerian Komunikasi.
I understand. Okay. Now, this is where you need to do your research and use your brain. Now, if it is a kementerian, then normally we allow lah because they are not shady. They could be shady, but they are not shady, right? But if you go for company like agensi pekerjaan rakyat, for example, or any brands, retailing brands, kan, that do not have any job scope or job description, then you need to be careful. Then you need to clarify. But when it comes to, let's say, Petronas, what do you call that? SKMM, Suruhanjaya Komunikasi Multimedia Malaysia, kementerian tu, kementerian ni, then we are quite confident with that company. Can, okay? So at the end of it, if they do not have any job description, then it is going to be based on the eligibility of the company lah, or the ni lah, whether the company is, dodgy or not.
Okay, Miss. In that case, later when we fill up the Google form, how do we write for the job description or the job advertisement?
You can write down, for example, to be what? To be decided later based on the macam tu lah, something like that. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much, Miss. Thank you for your time.
Welcome. Next.
Hi, Miss. I have a question.
Yeah.
It's regarding for applying for internship. I was thinking of applying at an international school, but not as a teacher, but more on like helping the teacher, like a classroom assistant or something like that.
We wouldn't advise you to, Ken, Saizat, do you have any advice on that? If
Yeah, sure. I think it goes back to the job responsibilities or the tasks that are given. If most of the works that are given to you are basically involving teaching, basically it's just the same as you being the teacher. Yeah, because we don't have that subject pedagogy, subject, in LG, that basically, teaches you on how to basically teach students. Basically, this is something that we're trying to avoid. But if, say, for example, the job descriptions entails you basically giving assistance to this teacher, basically doing research, basically meeting clients, do this, do that, other than just teaching, then I don't see any problem. It's good.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see. Um, so I actually was looking around and I found like there's a internship position, and it mainly about helping the teacher maybe like do some research for
Yeah.
like a things that can be teach to student and something like that. But like I'm not teaching, but like just searching up materials for the teacher of the class.
Yeah, that is okay, but you also have to remember, because you are helping the teacher. So a lot of time, I can basically visualize this already. You might be doing a lot of clerical work for the teacher, because the teacher also have to do documents, have to type reports and this and that. But because they don't have time, and because they have helper, because they have an intern, and most of the time they will just ask the intern to do clerical work, for them. I think like if it's okay with you, we don't have any problem.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
One more thing, although you are allowed to apply for at kementerian and whatnot, be careful with places like Majlis Perbandaran, Majlis Perbandaran lah basically, okay, Majlis Daerah. These places, they use Bahasa Melayu as their main communication, right? So later you will have to fill in your logbook, as well as you need to provide us samples of your work, okay? If you do not have any sample of your work that contains in bahasa English, and also works in English, then you might be in trouble. Okay, so avoid places like Majlis Perbandaran. If you have no choice, then okay lah, fine, but please do avoid these kind of places. Lagi soalan?
Assalamualaikum, Miss.
Ya, pesalah.
Question. What if a company needs us to do intern like for more than 3 months? How for more than 4 months? How will that accommodate us students in base of the insurance, the letters and stuff like that?
You will not be covered. You will only be covered for 4 months. Okay. UITM, APP, Miss Ona, Sir Aizat, whoever lah, will only be responsible for you for 4 months. Starting from the date that you stated in the borang penempatan until the end of the date. Only that. Okay.
Okay. That means even if it's okay for us to do internship for more than 4 months, but then all the coverage will be only covered for 4 months. Is that correct?
Yes, I wouldn't say it's okay for you, but if you want it, fine. Fine, like it's okay, but I would not advise that, because you still have your FYP and whatnot. Okay, tapi sometimes you might be offered, jobs, or that's something that you cannot tolak lah, right? So then you go ahead lah, all right? But again, we wouldn't advise you to do that, yeah? Okay? Rehana? Dah hilang dah. Next.
Sorry, Miss, I have another question again.
Yeah.
What if like someone wanted to apply for a teaching position, but they do have like experience in teaching?
What kind of experience? What do you
experience? Maybe they become before they study, they used to be like a kindergarten teacher for a while, or maybe they also become like a tuition teacher.
Okay, the thing is, you're applying as LG240 and LG243 student. Okay, when you're applying as that, in that position, the interns for LG240 and 243, the coverage or the responsibility is only on the job description or job spec yang covered by 243 and 240. If anything should happen, because when we talk about teaching and education, it involves other people, students, probably children, kan? So that would be worrying, okay, in terms that, you know, other parents and also other teachers, children, students, that is our concern actually. Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you.
Next. Come on, people. We are going to stop this at 1:45. Oh, terus tak ada. No one else? Habis dah? Oh, yes, Kak Yanti. Okay, here we have Puan Yanti. Puan Yanti is your officer who will be in charge of all the borangs, all the surats and whatnot. Okay, this is a very important person in your life for the next 6 months. Yes, Kak Yanti. Kak Yanti, you want to say something? Okay, Kak Yanti, tak ada. Puan Yanti.
Una?
Yes.
Dah boleh dengar?
Dah ada
Okay.
dengar.
Alright. Assalamualaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Saya nak cakap ada sikit je perkara, just reminder saja. Satu, pada sesiapa yang memohon Petronas atau subsidi Petronas, akan kena tulis surat, akan diberi surat indemnity. Jadi minta semua kerjasama yang memohon Petronas atau subsidi Petronas, surat indemnity itu perlu di-emailkan pada saya untuk saya proses untuk ditandatangani oleh timbalan HEP. Itu satu. Yang keduanya just remind semua, kebanyakan bahagian yang memohon pada jawatan di kerajaan, kena check lah betul-betul sama ada peruntukan duit gaji atau tidak. Itu yang saya nak remind, yang itu je. Itu je. Yang lain, proses yang lain, Aizat dengan Miss Ona dah beritahu, itu je. Cuma nak remind yang itu je lah. Okay. Terima kasih semua.
Terima kasih Puan Yanti. Okay, you have also to
Terima
remember
kasih.
allowance. Okay, let's say you will get 500 ringgit allowance. You have to remember and you have to keep in mind the workload that you will get. Maybe it's not for 500 ringgit allowance. Yeah, maybe it's like 700 ringgit when you work or 800 ringgit when you work because you are just an intern. Okay, it might seem like it's not fair, but no, it is actually fair because you are actually learning at their company. Okay, they have to allocate resources and also time and also place and whatnot, okay, to allow you to learn in their company. So I understand allowance is a big issue. However, please also take a look at, and also understand that if you get, great allowance, 1,000 ringgit, 1.2, 1.3, you can get up to that, yeah. You have to know that the workload is a lot. Okay, you maybe will need to work over the weekend or after working hours and whatnot. Okay, be mindful of that. Yeah, if you are willing to do that, then go ahead. But you have to remember, you still have to finish your FYP. Okay, please contact your FYP supervisors from semester 5 lagi. Do not wait until semester 6. Okay, nanti you yang susah. Okay, questions? Lagi?
Miss,
Yeah.
I would like to ask, surat apa tadi? From Petronas ke? Kiranya kita, kalau kita apply for Petronas, we'll get another surat from them. And then that surat kena share dekat Miss Yanti.
Yanti, yeah, you have to email Puan Yanti. So for Petronas, mana ni, Petronas Petroleum ke, Petronas KLCC ke, Petronas Sarawak ke, Petronas mana lagi, Settle Ventures. Settle is also subsidiary of ni kan Petronas. Apa lagi? Anything that has got to do with Petronas, you will get a different letter, a different set of letters. That one you need to submit to Puan Yanti directly. Okay, don't forget to do that. Itu je. Okay, lagi? No more? Apa lagi I have to remind you? Are you guys okay? Okay, not okay? Yes, no.
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
And Mr. Reza, I think Miss Ona is lagging.
Oh, really? Okay, all right. I just, okay, tak apa. We will give a bit of time for us to rejoin. Okay, I just want to highlight to you, just to give you a bit about, about the process of filling in the borang cover letter, G form that you're going to, basically the link which I will share with you next week. In that particular borang, there will be some information that you have to fill in. Yeah, number one is the company of your choice, the company that you intend to do internship at. That's number one. Number two is you also have to include job responsibilities and description. So meaning to say that you have to get this, from the advertisement. If you don't get this, you have to you have to contact them, and then get some sort of idea as to what kind of position are you going to be offered, or what kind of job that you will be doing at that particular company. So you get that, and then you include in the Google form. You have to fill it up with as much detail as possible information, because this information that is going to be assessed and reviewed by your RP and also KPP. KPP also would like to know, because if they see that or these basically responsibilities, or these tasks are not aligned with our course description or our course study plan, normally you will be getting a message or a call from your RP or your KPP, telling you why you are asking you, why you are planning to do this company as such. So you have to make mention all this information into the Google form. And there is also one area where you have to upload an evidence of communication or of a correspondence between you and the company. It would be good if you can basically upload any kind of correspondence you've had with the HR about whatever that about the communication, basically about anything, basically the correspondence you've had with this company in relation to the position that you are applying. So at least that is going to be when the KPP look at this, the KPP knows that you are basically basically you have already contacted this particular company before you send out your resume. So this is something that for the documentation on our part, on the KPPs and RPs, and they need to know all this evidence. If you can, there is also a part where you have to upload, so you upload. And the last one, basically make sure that you make sure you follow the instruction. Sometimes the instruction will say you have to include today's date. The date is 7 December 2024. So 2023. So you have to spell out, you have to type properly, because all these numbers or dates that you are given, that you are giving in the Google form, will be on your cover letter that you will receive, after you finish, submitting. Because if you don't, put the information properly according to the instruction, it doesn't come out, as nice. It doesn't look good, because we are doing this automatically, on Google form. So basically you have to basically just follow what is instructed there. Kalau dia kata capitalize the tarikh or the month, you capitalize. Kalau you tak payah kata capitalize, you capitalize. Because that is what is going to be printed on the PDF you will receive later. Okay, all right. I think Miss Ona, are you still here, Miss Ona?
Miss Isaac, what if?
Yeah.
Is it under the rule form we have to fill in like the job scope of the companies that you're applying?
Right.
Say
Right.
if we don't find the job scope because we're not searching for it via the website. For example, let's say Karang Craft company, we have contacts there, so we are reaching out to our contacts to if
Correct.
there are any availability for internship. So we don't really know what the job scope yet. So what do we put?
So you have to basically so you have to inquire. So you have to inquire, call the HR, to ask them, if there is first ask them about any position for internship available. If they say yes, and then you do a bit of digging, ask them about what are the kind of position or what kind of responsibilities even usually offered to interns. They will give you some sort of ideas. Or since you are students of language or English is your major, normally we will ask you, we will put you under translation department. We will put you under this department. We will give you this. So based on what has been said to you, so basically you summarize them, put it into your into the description before you basically submit the Google form. Meaning to say that it would be good also if you can get this black and white. Maybe you communicate via email. You don't call, you communicate via email. They will give you some sort of idea. Even though they say that, oh, we're not sure yet. So you can just keep on asking, oh, so but I'm from language student. I'm a language student. So normally, what kind of, kalau dia kata tak tahu, then you have to find the right person to talk to. Maybe that person is basically from a different department. So you need to speak someone from HR. So you inquire, so can I talk to anybody from HR who is in charge of intern students? They will say, we have this one specific person. You can basically talk to this person in charge. Okay. All right. Any others? Okay. All right.
So
Any more?
Mr. Isaac,
Yeah.
Does the scope of business and marketing is included?
Okay. So basically it goes back, basically it goes back to the subjects that you have taken, from semester 1 all the way until semester 5. I think marketing also is your elective, right? If I'm not mistaken. So you have to, if marketing is your basically elective, one of your electives, then you can also basically go for it. No problem.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
All right. Okay. Any other question? Maybe I can take one or two because I'm sure because I think you have a class at 2 o'clock.
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
Can I go again?
Yeah, sure, Rosanne.
Under like LG 243 courses, it said that for career prospect, we are able to find employment in teaching as well. So
okay, once again, what is it?
Under like LG 243, it is said that under career prospect, like from like graduating from this course, we can also like employ in teaching position. So
not school.
Okay.
Definitely not you cannot go to high school or primary school. If you go to a teaching, if you go to like a tuition center, academy, any kind of academy, learning academy, that may be there's still a possibility there because you are teaching adults, and whatever that you are learning basically are all basically, say for example, communication skills, oral presentation, class, basically English for oral presentation. Those are basically you can teach adults, and those are basically subjects that are important maybe for adults, but for children or students, high school students or primary, then that normally the school also will normally they will not accept interns who doesn't have background from doesn't have teaching background or teaching certificate. That is basically what we have been told.
Oh, okay.
All right, but say for example, if you're still interested, you just want to basically maybe you want to check further, you can speak to your academic advisor or you can speak to your KTP, and basically there's normally that. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Rosanna. All right, any other questions? Maybe I can give it one more minute, then we can basically wrap up everything. Okay, so far, okay. Okay, at the end of the day, please remember, you are here representing LG, yeah, and your basically your internship, must be something that you can apply what you learn in LG 243 or 240. So, and also the most important thing is make sure that the company uses English as a medium of communication, because a lot of times, when we speak to the supervisors say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, this company, we don't speak English. We speak Malay all the time." So, if you compare your experience, yeah, with what your friends, with your friends, then you can see that, it shouldn't be like that. You could have achieved more. You could actually, basically maximize your potential, had you done your internship, at the proper, organization. But that's not to say that you have to avoid SME all the time. Of course, big companies, they are okay, reputable, they are very, basically these companies are, basically very established. You, but just in case if you want to go for SME, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. SME, these are companies with less than 50 employees. And there's a company that has less than 10 people or even 5 people, right? Then it might, at the same time, we want you to be resilient. We want you to learn as much as you can. But at the same time, we don't want you to suffer unnecessarily. Yeah, please make sure that the company is not shady, is not, basically. And one more thing before I forget, before we end the class, there will be time when sometimes, some companies, they will give you an agreement for you to sign. So please make sure, please make sure that when you do not sign any agreement that you are not sure, that you are not sure of. So basically, because of this has basically a lot of times, many students, they are basically they are trapped. Yeah, they are trapped by because of this kind of agreement. Yeah, because they have already signed the agreement. Now now something happened within the company. They cannot leave the company. They cannot quit because they have already signed an agreement. And this agreement stated that if the students, leave the company, without completing like 2 months of internship or 3 months of internship, they will have to pay penalty. And this has happened to our student, right? So if they ask you to sign any agreement there and then on the first day of internship, please tell them, or please know about your right. You have your right not to sign it until you are sure what the agreement entails, what the agreement, what the agreement says. You have to have somebody helping you, making sure that this agreement, is not lopsided, is not basically is not it is not what is it? It's again lopsided. So you don't want this to happen to you. So if they ask you to say, oh, kalau you tak sign, you cannot start working, then you can say, okay, tak apa. Can I have anybody to help me understand what the agreement says? A lot of time there will be penalty involved. They will say that students who just quit without giving notice, they will say they will ask students to give like 21-day notice and 1 month notice on that. And nobody, now imagine you want to quit because the company is very toxic, the company is very manipulative, yeah. But you have to complete 1 month of working, then only you can quit. Then you have to start all over again in the going back to process, stage 1, looking for jobs. Then it will just waste a lot of time. You are not supposed to be there. If you don't want to be there, you don't have to be there. That's the bottom line. If you think that company, is basically is exploiting you, you should, within your rights, to just quit. Give like 7-day, basically, set it 12, 24-hour, what is it? 24-hour notice or 1 day or 7-day notice, doesn't matter. But they cannot hold you. They cannot prevent you from quitting, because they say, oh, you have already signed the agreement, now you have to pay. student, she had to pay, you know, we even had to involve lawyers because the agreement that she signed stated that she had to pay 1,000 ringgit penalty if she decided to quit, you know, without giving 21-day notice. Where 21-day notice tu macam 1 month lah, because 21 working days, right? So you are just working for nothing, just, you know, just so that you can quit and you have to start over. That's just a waste of time. So make sure that you don't sign any agreement until you are sure what you are signing for, what you are signing up for. So something I want you to remember before we end the session. Yeah. So okay, if there is nothing else, all right, time is already 1:55. Thank you very much for attending, you know, this briefing. There will be one more briefing later before March. You know, that is basically pre-internship kind of briefing. That is basically to just to explain to you, you know, what you're supposed to do when it comes to assessments. Right. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your participation. Let me know, you know, if anything, just text us, in the WhatsApp or in the Telegram. Until then, bye-bye. Assalamualaikum. Take care.
You say that.
All right. Take care.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Sorry,
sir.
are you in the group?
Yeah. I'm in the LG243 group. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
All right.
sir.
Okay. Bye-bye.
How can I get your number, besides I still cannot contact you for some questions.
Oh, wait. Are you 243 or 240?
For sure, but I have certain
Okay.
inquiries.
Sure. Oh, okay. Okay. You can have my number 0013 017.
Alright.
Let me just put in the
Alright.
chat.
Wait.
01732000708. So basically, you know, okay. Right.
It's not in the. I don't have the chat here because the meeting is quite big, so we will chat.
Oh, okay. 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 So I give you my number.
Yeah.
Basically, it's 017
Yeah.
3200
3200
708.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. Take care.
Have a nice
Bye-bye.
day.
Bye-bye. You too. Bye-bye, everyone.